All praises due to the Most High, family. We back with another Acres anime review. And I just finished watching episode 19 of KAIJU number 8. And this one went in. I'm not gonna lie. Last episode we had Reno Ichikawa be elected, discovered as compatible for the KAIJU number 6 suit. And so remember, family, in the last episode, his captain, his captain told him that he had a month to prove that he was able to use the suit. And here we are next episode. It's been a month. So we got a month-long time skip. Here we are. This is like his final test, his final assessment at whether or not we're gonna let him use the KAIJU suit, right? And so we are fighting, we're eliminating a badger kaiju, right? It's kind of big, and it got like Godzilla like spikes on the back. But they called it a badger kaiju. And so out the gate, Reno Ichikawa was looking impressive. And I don't know if it's the suit, because we seen him use, like, he has like some type of ice affinity. Because we seen him before use like the regular standard issue power suit. And like he had some like ice effects. But now that he's using the KAIJU number 6 suit, it's on 10. It's way more ice now, way bigger. He almost like Shoto Todoroki from My Hero using the ice, right? And so he going through his internal struggle while he doing this. Now, I was feeling for, these are two characters that I did not necessarily care for too much before, but I connected with them on this episode. Like, I really rock with them now after this episode, right? So we got, on one hand, we got Reno Ichikawa, and on the other hand, we got, what's his name? Iharu's, his homeboy's name. I forgot his full name, but we got on one hand Reno Ichikawa, who now is about to be the KAIJU number 6 suit user. Excuse me, family. And we got Iharu, who's like in direct competition with him. In this episode, we see him low-key hating on him a little bit. He jealous. And when we explore his backstory, I think this is for the first time that we explore his backstory, it makes sense. So Iharu, and I'm gonna explain how they two sides of the same coin, family. So Iharu, when he was like coming up through school before he enlisted into the defense force, he top of the class. He's the cream of the crop, creme de la creme. And everybody, views him as the elite in his cohort at the time, right? And so he low-key started feeling himself. Lo and behold, he enlists and he start realizing, oh man, I was a big fish in a small pond. Now I'm in a bigger pond. There's bigger fish in here, right? So he referenced Kikoru. He referenced a couple of other defense force enlistees whose names I don't remember. And it was interesting to me, he said the real beast of the group, though. These are his words, Iharu's words. This is the one with the kaiju looking teeth, and he got the mohawk, the red mohawk. He referenced Kikoru, who was like the top of the fresh recruits, and some others. And he said the real beast of the group, though, was Reno Ichikawa. That stood out to me. Because Ichikawa is like he's a grower, not a shower. Like he's been on a steady increase. And actually, the vice captain of this division mentioned that he's not at the level of Kikoru, but he's growing at it. He's outpacing Kikoru. So if things don't change, it's a matter of time that he'll overcome Kikoru. That remains to be seen, right? But so now that he's in this bigger pond, he's struggling with the fact that he's like, man, I used to be the man. And he even made mention to the fact that he's older than Reno. So he's like in competition with his little brother, is the type of relationship that he has. Now he still cares for him, and he still feels for Reno. Like, he saved him a couple times, and he came through for him in this episode, which is real. But Iharu, here's the one side of the coin. Iharu compares himself, like he compares himself to other people, family, and it's unfair to him. Now, he's not no scrub, but he's comparing himself to other people, and that forces him to take more on his plate. Ichikawa is on the other side of the coin. He's blinders on. He's not thinking about nobody else. He really just wants to be of use and assistance to Kafka, really, because he views him as like a senpai. But so he's got blinders on, but he also tries to take too much on his plate. These are two sides of the same coin. Iharu needs to stop comparing himself and just be of use to hit the best of his ability and just fill his role. And Ichikawa needs to just fill his role, but stop demanding so much of themselves. They really are their worst critics, both of these characters, which is why there's a kinship here. And I really was messing with this episode because that kinship, while it was obvious before, like, it's just blooming like so much in this episode, and it really hit me there in this episode. I was really feeling that. But so we fighting this kaiju, family, and the captain's doubting, like, Ichikawa, you really pushing too far. You really need to take it easy. The scientists are saying, oh, the suit, he's pulling muscles and he's breaking bones. And Ichikawa the whole time is like, I gotta do more. And so he's pulling out more power of his suit, but this dude, he's bleeding out his eyes. He ended up breaking his leg. And the captain finna hop in, because that's what he said he would do. He said, hey, Ichikawa, like, this is your assessment, but don't trip too much. If you can't handle the kaiju, I'ma hop in. So when Ichikawa break his leg and he's out, this is when Iharu really gets his second win. I mean, for a couple spurts here and there, he proved himself useful to Ichikawa. Even though Ichikawa's like, he's using the kaiju suit, so of course he's gonna be more powerful. But Iharu felt for a couple moments that he was holding his own still, but still wanting to compete with Ichikawa, even though he's got an advantage. He's using the kaiju suit. He feels like, man, that's my little brother doing well, but I'm still big bro. I still gotta show out. I still gotta big bro him, right? So Ichikawa broke his leg fighting the kaiju. I mean, he was going crazy. He was moving like crazy. Like, he's showing potential and promise, but he's gotta operate within himself. You feel me? So he broke his leg. Iharu begs the captain. He's like, hey, don't hop in yet. This is Ichikawa's moment. He's gonna prove himself. Give us a little bit more time, because we had like a 10-minute time limit from the captain. Iharu literally puts him on his back, runs him around. He says, I'm gonna be your legs, and then I'm gonna expose the kaiju's core, and you're gonna find an opening, and you're gonna strike this kaiju down. So it was, and so this episode was really Iharu getting over his insecurity and his the pressure he putting on himself. Next episode, or at least part of the next episode, is we gonna see Ichikawa do the same thing. But like I said, family, I just saw these two characters as two sides of the same coin, and it was beautiful to see them come together And next episode, we're gonna see the conclusion of that.